a look at the way the brain works today. Fascinating stuff, I find. So I'll tell you a little story about a book I read back in around about, I think it was about 2007. And it was a book called The Brain That Changes Itself. And it was stories about patients of a doctor who had basically found a new way to stimulate the brain's neurons to build new neural pathways. So there were stories of stroke victims and head trauma victims who basically relearned how to walk, how to talk, how to basically become normal again through the stimulation of these neural pathways, basically building new neural pathways. Because this scientist found that you could basically, the neural pathways that maybe had died due to a stroke, for example, stimulated in the right way, the brain can build new ones. And what this is called is something called neuroplasticity. Now here's something, you're actually doing that right now. Every time you learn something new, every time you have to think a new thought about something or learn a new perspective, you are building new neural pathways in your mind. And I find that absolutely fascinating. And it's this neuroplasticity that allows us to be able to change our perspective, and we can really start to bust through those limiting beliefs. And that's when we start to see results. So every day of our lives, from when we're born to the day we leave this earthly plane, we are installing new software into our minds all the time. Now think about it, we've said it before, when you're a toddler, when you're a child, every day you're learning something new. You're learning a new habit, you're learning something new to walk, to talk, to eat, what colours are, language, whatever it is. Now imagine this. Imagine that every day you ask for love from your parents, and every time you ask for love, the arms up, mummy, mummy, hold me, hold me. You don't get that. Again and again and again and again. That behaviour, that learned limiting belief that when you ask for that love, you're not going to get it, builds a neural pathway in your mind, and you believe that to be true. That neural pathway then stays there and carries forward through into your adult life. Now imagine your parents say to you over and over and over again, no, I'm sorry, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. We can't afford it. We can't afford it. Our family's poor. We come from a poor family. When you hear that over and over and over again, neuroplasticity, you learn that as a neural pathway and it becomes true for you because you've ingrained that in your brain as true. Over the years, we update our software day by day by day by day without interrupting those neural pathways that we've learnt. And it's only by actually introducing new neural pathways with a new belief where we can get rid of those old neural pathways and we can put a new belief into existence. So you know now that through your childhood, by hearing the same thing over and over and over again, you've built that neural pathway into a belief that you believe now to be true. I don't deserve it. I'm too big. I'm too small. I'm too old. I'm too fat. I'm too. Now you know that if you keep telling yourself over and over again something else, you know that that will eventually become true. Repetition, consistency, all the time. You've probably heard of affirmations. I prefer to call them statements of truth. If you look in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm enough, I'm enough, I'm enough, enough times, you will build that new neural pathway, which will bring that belief as your default belief into your subconscious mind. So all that sounds like a bit of a chore, doesn't it? Who wants to stand in front of the mirror for 3 hours a day telling themselves they're millionaires, they're rich, they're lovable, they're deserving? You're just not going to do it every day. Who's got time for that? So the key here, the thing you need to do is actually to create repetition without effort. There are a few ways that you can do that. One of my favorite ways is creating a vision board. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, maybe you've tried one before, but basically a vision board is, because most of us work in a visual way, is a board, maybe A4, maybe A3, that's the big one, isn't it? And you put pictures and words and things that basically stimulate you into thinking about your ideal vision of what you want to bring into your life, and then you can put that somewhere in your house that you can see all the time. For example, my vision board, I have it on a piece of paper that's stuck to the ceiling above my bed. So it's the last thing I look at night. And it's pictures of things that bring me joy. There's pictures of things that I want to bring into my life, but things I look at them and I think, oh, yeah, oh, that looks really nice. That looks really great. That experience looks fantastic. I have that as a poster above my bed. I have it as the screensaver on my computer, and I also have it as the wallpaper on my mobile phone, because then that's repetition without effort. Now, if there's statements of truth you need to make, you could also do something like write them down on a piece of paper and stick them to the mirror where you brush your teeth in the morning, or on the cupboard where you take your breakfast out in the kitchen. Could be any number of places in your home that you put them. You could even put a reminder on your phone to pop up every hour to tell you what you need to hear. There's any number of ways of doing it, and that's effortless repetition, but it's that constant repetition over and over again that's going to introduce that neuroplasticity, build those new neural networks and new neural pathways. That's not easy to say. That will put a new default belief into your mind, into your subconscious mind. So start to plan your vision board. Now, I say plan it because you really need to think about what you want to bring into your life. At this point, you might not have really thought about what it is that you want to bring into your life. And it would be my recommendation to split it into 4 sections. So you've got your mindset section, you've got your health section, your money and your relationship section. What were the things you'd like to bring into your life? What are your desires, your visualizations, your dreams, your daydreams? What is it that you would like to have in this moment? And then comb through magazines or newspapers, or even go onto something like Canva on the internet where you can design things with, they've already got pictures in there, and start to build up a visual representation of how you would like your life to look. Now, vision boards are really great because once you do them, when a few of those things start to come in, it feels obviously really good. You can kind of tick it off your board to say, oh great, I brought that into my life. That's something that I do. But you can update your vision board every time you want to update something in an area of your life. You could even have 4 different vision boards if you wanted to, or one that just amalgamates all of the areas of your life that you would like to bring more abundance into. Now, this might seem a bit like it's a bit woo-woo and a bit, on the unicorn side of things, but this is actually what billionaires do. Billionaires actually visualize their goals actually being achieved. And every billionaire on the planet does this. They see a goal, they see something that they want, they visualize it. Quite often they have something like a vision board, or at least a picture, a graphical representation of what they want to bring into their lives. And they look at it every single day. They keep it as their focus because they know that it's that mindset work that's actually going to bring it into their lives. Start to plan your vision board. Go and find all the pictures that you need and have a really good detailed think about what you want to bring into your now and put it up on your vision board.